Hello and welcome to DVxUI. Today on this channel we are going to create this hero section in Figma. So let's start. Well, before everything, let me tell you one thing. You need to join our Telegram group. People are discussing about the designs, about the principles and how to learn designing, and you might miss it out. So to make yourself informed, go to the description and join the Telegram group. Well, before starting, let us understand what we have on the screen. So over here you will see I have pages. And under pages, I have created 3 pages. The first one is design, the second one is YouTube, and the third one is learn. YouTube is currently where I'm working, and in this YouTube page, you will find layers. The first layer is design. So if I double click on this grid icon, I will go to this frame. And if I double click on this icon, I will go to this resources frame. And now here we have all the resources that we are going to use in our design. The first one is this picture and the second one is this logo. Let me zoom it. Well, I have kept it inside a black background so that it is visible. Otherwise, you can take it out and see this is a background removed picture of the logo. So let me place it back here. We will use it later on. But now let me first tell you from where you can get these pictures and these logos. Well, I directly extracted these pictures from this website, which is the official website of the Toyota. As you can see, we have a picture over here. What you can do is you can right click and copy this image. Now the image is copied and you can go to your frame and here I can paste it. So as you can see, the image is here and I can use it in my design. But for your simplicity, I already have this image and I'm going to provide these resources in the description. So make sure you find it. Well, I guess this is enough for the intro. Let's move to design section and see how we can design this hero section in Figma. So to design this, the first thing that we need is the frame. So to get a frame, let me move up. What we can do is we can go to this grid icon over here, click on it, and on the right, you will find desktop written over here. Now, if I click on it, I will get a frame. So here we have a frame. Now, the second step is I need some picture in this frame. But firstly, let me zoom it so that we can see it better. So in order to zoom it perfectly, what we can do is we can go here and double click, as I said before. Now, since it is perfectly fit, let me go back to the resources and from here copy this image. Let's go back to desktop 1 and paste the image here. Now by using these alignment tool, I'm going to align it in my frame. So first of all, I want to place it horizontally center. So it is horizontally center now. And then I want to give it vertical center as well. So I will use this option. And this is perfect. Now if you see, we have a space left out from here. So what we can do is just select your picture and then from this corner hold shift and then drag it. It will zoom it. And now use this alignment tool and fix the alignment. So now so far this is good, but I want this car to be completely visible. So what I'm going to do is make sure you have selected this image and then hold shift and press the arrow left key. Well, by holding shift, I am moving 8 pixels at a time. So now as you can see, the alignment is quite fine and it looks quite good. Now let's start putting some element inside this hero section so that it will look good. But first of all, let me provide some layout grid so that we don't miss the alignment. So select your frame and from the right, you will see layout grid over here. Click on it and then by going to this grid icon, switch to columns and the count is going to be 12. The margin is going to be, let's say, 80. Well, 80 looks quite less, so let's take 100. So yes, Now as you can see, these rectangular bars have appeared and they will guide us throughout the designing process so that we don't miss the alignment. Now let's go back to the resources and grab our logo. So now if you are thinking from where I got this logo, you can simply search for Supra logo in the Google and you will find a bunch of logo of Supra. So select it from here and you can always copy it and paste it in your design and use it. Well, for the simplicity, I already have a logo for you all. So I'm just going to copy it. Well, if you noticed, whenever I press a shortcut key, it appears over here. Well, this is the work of this black box so that you don't miss what shortcuts I'm using. So I've copied this logo. Let's go back to desktop and here I'm going to paste my logo. So now since it is here, let me place it here, something like this. So the border touches this frame border. So yeah, so far this is good and we are moving perfectly fine. Now we need a text. So for the text, I'm going to select a text element and here I'm going to write Supra. Select it and we need to change the font size of this text. So as you can see, the font size is given over here. So let's change it to 310 and from semi bold let's give it extra bold and the font family is going to be Poppins. And also I think we can make it extra bold italic so that it looks good. And let's also reduce down some letter spacing. So the spaces between the letters will be reduced by using this option. So I guess -5 is perfect. Let's place it over here. Let's also adjust our picture. Place it over here. So yeah, this is good. Now we also need a text over here. So for that text, I'm going to again select the text element. By pressing the T key on my keyboard, I can get a text element. And here I'm going to write the grand. I know it is not visible. This will be once I will put it here. Well, the font and the styling is going to be completely changed. So first of all, the font family is going to be Sacramento. The font size is going to be 120 and this is going to be placed over here, something like this. So this is just an artistic approach that you have to keep in your mind while designing so that you make something very creative and something which appeals the user. Well, so far we are very good with the flow, but now let me take you back to the original design and show you something. So now if you see, this Supra is written behind this car. Well, we need to do that exactly in our design. So how can we do that? So let's go back to design. Now as you can see, we have a picture over here, which is serving us as the background picture. Now what we want to do is, we want to place this Supra text behind this car. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make a copy of this background image. So let me rename it from here. So let me write it as copy BG. And for this one, it is going to be BG. Now I'm going to select this copy BG and from the fill, I will select this image and change the fill to crop. Well, now let's crop it till here and from here. So what I'm doing is, I'm just adjusting the image so that we can remove the background and get this car only. So now the copy BG is of this size, but this BG is of complete size. Let me show you how. So if I select this BG and reduce down the opacity to let's say 10%, you will see this copy BG has the 100% of the opacity, but this BG has the 10% opacity only, and we are going to remove the background from this copy BG. So let's select it. You need to right click and go to plugins, and in the manage plugin you need to write remove BG, and you need to select this plugin. I was testing this plugin which turned out to be a heck of a task. So let's select this one, which I always use, and let's run it. Now you have two options, set API key and run. If you are running this for the first time, you need to set API keys, or what you can do is you can simply run it. So I'm simply going to run it. So now the background has been removed from this copy BG, which might not be visible to you. Well, let me do one thing. So I will select this picture, right click and select this option which says bring to front. And now, as you can see, the Supra text has gone behind this car, just as we wanted. Now let me adjust this text. So let's take it here. Also considering this alignment. So yeah, this is good. Now to make process simple for you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this car image from here, and in the resources I'm going to paste it so that you can take it and place it effortlessly. Then go back to desktop, and now we need to work with the rest of the part of this design. So first of all, we need two buttons over here. So for the button, I'm going to select a text and I'm going to write book now. The font family is good, which is outfit. The font size is going to be 24 and it is going to be medium. Now by right clicking, I will provide auto layout, and in the padding of auto layout, for the horizontal padding I'm going to provide 22, and for the vertical padding I'm going to provide 12. Well, it might not be visible, so let me provide a fill color. Let's change this font color to, let's say, black. So yeah, this is good. Now let's place it over here, something like this. Now let's make a copy of it. Place it over here. Let me zoom it. Make sure the alignment is perfect. And then here, the font color is going to be white and the fill is going to be removed. And the text is going to be book ride. R needs to be capital. And yeah, this is good. Now let's work on the description part of this hero section. So for the description, we need to write something here. So for that, what we can do is we can go to Google, and here we can search for Supra tagline. Well, I don't like this tagline, so let's look for something else. Well, let me write it the original one that I have written in my design. So let's go here, select a text, and here I'm going to write born on the track and bred for the streets. Now this looks something like a tagline. Well, let's select it and reduce down the letter spacing to 0. The font family is going to be Poppins. The font size is going to be 40, and the line height, let me reduce it. So let's take 48. 48 is good. And the font weight is going to be extra light. Well, the font is not selected, so let's select it. And now provide extra light. And let's highlight some important words which are born. So here it is going to be semi-bold. Let's make it medium. And the streets is also going to be medium italic. Place it over here, something like this. And yeah, this looks good. Now we need a description text over here. For that, let's open up a website which is Lorem Ipsum. Copy the text from here. Go back to design. Select a text. And here, paste it. Select all your text. The font family is going to be back to outfit. The font size is going to be 18 with regular font weight. And let's reduce the width. And now if you can see, the gap between them is quite large. It is because we have given 48 over here. So let's write auto so that it adjusts automatically. Let's reduce down the width. Also place it over here. And finally, we have this. Now to make it more attractive, what we can do is, let's also reduce down some more of the width. And now what we can do is, we can set the text align to justify. So to make it justify, go here in the options and then here select this option. So now the text has been justified. Let's select this text and reduce down the opacity to, let's say, 80%. So yeah, now it looks better. Now we need a barcode over here. So for the barcode, I'm again going to select a text. Well, I know this is a text heavy website because we have only one picture to use. That is why we are putting pressure on the text to make it look good. Now here I'm going to write, let's say, Supra car. Well, I'm not a car enthusiast, sorry for that. And from outfit, I'm going to switch to Libre barcode, which is over here. And now if you can see, the text has been converted into a barcode. Well, I guess it is not quite visible. So let me increase the font size to 120. Let's make it 130. Place it over here. Let's chop off some of the barcode because we don't want this to be this long. And let's place it over here, something like this. Make sure the alignment is good. And now let's write some random text over here. So let's zoom it. Take a text and here write SU. Well, it is still pasting this barcode. So let's switch to outfit again. So SU1267 and then a hyphen. Let me take it here. Reduce down the opacity to, let's say, 24. And let's write the rest of the code. So after hyphen, we need A234 or maybe A243. It doesn't matter. Now let's take it and place at the middle of this barcode. The font weight is regular. Let's switch to medium. And yeah, this is good. Now most of the thing is done, but we need nav links to move throughout the website. So for the nav links, let me zoom here and take a frame. So press F key on your keyboard, draw a frame, fill it with a white color. And for the width, let's provide 440. And for the height, let's provide 50. Now let me put 3 nav links over here. So take a text and here write home, change the font family to Poppins, make it 18 font size, and then bold italic. Place it over here in the middle of the frame, make a copy of it, and here write gallery. Well, it is just going to be medium. Make a copy of it, and here write about. Now select this gallery and about text and provide the opacity of, let's say, 50%. Now select all your text, right click and provide auto layout. The gap is perfect. I need it 70, so this gap is 70, as you can see over here. Now by using this alignment tool, let's place it at the middle of this frame. So yeah, now it is at the middle of the frame. And now if I leave it like this, it will look quite not interesting. So to make it interesting, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with the gradient. So select your frame, go to fill and switch to gradient. Place a gradient over here. So now this middle gradient is for the middle color, and this one is for right, and this one is for left. Now all of them are going to be white. So the hex code for the color white is FF. This one is also going to be FF. The opacity is going to be 0 on both the extreme sides of this frame. Now let's close it and let's see. Let's also remove this layout grid so that we can see it better. Now as you can see, this already looks quite better. Let me adjust the alignment. So yeah, now as you can see, this looks better. Well, one thing is remaining, so let's re-enable our layout grid. We need 2 bars over here. It is just a decoration part, you can skip it, but to make it look even better, we can put a bar and make it look good. So press F on your keyboard, draw a frame like this. The width is going to be 70 and the height is going to be 560. I know this is not very visible, so let's provide a fill color. And I want this to touch the edge of this frame. So for that, I'm going to use this alignment tool, which is align top. So now it is placed over there. Let's align it. This is perfect. And now go to fill and provide gradient to this as well. So one gradient color is over here and the one color is over here. This color is also going to be white with the opacity of, you guessed it correctly, 0. Now we need to put this bar behind this car. So let's put it back. And now it is not visible. It is because it has been placed at the very back of this background frame. So let's take it from here and put it right over here. Behind this copy BG, but above this BG. Now let's make another copy of it. So copy paste and place it something like this. You can skip the alignment now because this is a decoration part. So yeah, this is good. Now let's remove this layout grid and see how it looks. So select your frame, go to layout grid and hide it from here. Let's right click on the canvas and you will see this show hide UI option. Click on it and you will have the beautiful hero section that you have created just now. Let's make it full screen by pressing F11 key on your keyboard and take a full complete view of this design that you have created. Now, if you have created this design with me, consider sharing it on our Telegram group that we have created for you all. We will meet in the next one, and in the next one we are going to create a full-fledged website in Figma. So make sure you stay tuned.